In 1950, a mathematician named Alan Turing asked one of the most important questions in human history: can machines think? That question launched a revolution, one that took decades of bold ideas, frustrating setbacks, and relentless persistence from pioneers like Geoffrey Hinton, Jan LeCun, and Yoshua Bengio. And now, that revolution has arrived in your classroom, your workplace, your living room, and your pocket. Welcome to Teaching and Learning with Artificial Intelligence, the podcast for educators, students, and lifelong learners who want to understand one of the most transformative technologies ever built and use it wisely. Every episode, we explore what AI really is, not the science fiction version, not the hype, not the fear, but the real, documented, evidence-based story of what AI can do, what it can't, and what it means for the people who teach and learn every day. We'll trace AI's history from the earliest algorithms to today's large language models. We'll tour the platforms reshaping classrooms around the world. We'll ask the hard questions about plagiarism, critical thinking, privacy, and equity. And we'll look ahead at where this technology is taking us and the choices we still get to make. Because here's what we believe: AI is the great equalizer when it's done right. A student in a rural school deserves the same personalized support as a student with a private tutor. An English learner at a community college deserves feedback at midnight, not just during office hours. A first-generation college student deserves the tools that have always helped the privileged get ahead. AI can help make that possible, but only if we understand it, only if we use it critically, and only if we insist that it serves everyone, not just some. Whether you're a teacher trying to figure out what to do about ChatGPT in your classroom, a student wondering how to use AI without losing your own voice, a policymaker shaping the next generation of education standards, or simply a curious human being living in a world reshaped by machines, this podcast is for you. Teaching and learning with artificial intelligence. Let's figure this out together.
AI platforms and tools, a landscape overview. Key vocabulary: large language model, LLM. A type of AI trained on vast amounts of text data that can generate, summarize, translate, and analyze human language. The large language model powering the writing assistant was trained on billions of web pages, books, and articles, giving it a broad base of general knowledge. Generative AI. AI systems capable of creating new content, including text, images, audio, and video, based on patterns learned from training data. Generative AI tools have transformed how designers create visual prototypes, allowing them to produce dozens of concept images in minutes instead of days. Chatbot. A software application that simulates human conversation using text or voice, often powered by AI and natural language processing. Many schools have begun experimenting with AI-powered chatbots as tutoring assistants that can answer student questions at any hour of the day. Application Programming Interface, API. a set of protocols that allows different software applications to communicate and share data with each other. Teachers with coding knowledge can use an API to integrate an AI writing assistant directly into their school's learning management system. Open source. Software whose source code is freely available for anyone to examine, modify, and distribute. Several open-source AI models have been released by research labs, allowing educators and developers worldwide to build customized educational tools without licensing fees. Feature article. Navigating the AI Toolkit, a guide for educators and learners. The AI landscape today resembles a fast-growing forest. New tools appear almost daily, existing ones evolve rapidly, and navigating the terrain can feel overwhelming. For educators and students, understanding the major categories of AI platforms and the philosophy behind them is a practical necessity. At the foundation of most AI tools people interact with today are large language models, or LLMs. These systems are trained on enormous collections of text, books, articles, websites, code, and more, and learn to predict and generate language with remarkable fluency. OpenAI's GPT series, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, and Meta's Llama represent the leading edge of this technology. Each has different strengths, safety philosophies, and intended use cases, but all share the fundamental ability to engage in natural language conversation, answer questions, write text, and analyze documents. Beyond LLMs, image generation platforms like DALL-E, Midjourney, and Stable Diffusion use AI to create visual content from text descriptions. These tools have found their way into art education, graphic design curricula, and even social studies courses where teachers use AI-generated historical visualizations to enrich lessons. AI-powered tutoring platforms represent another growing category. CanMigo, developed by Khan Academy using OpenAI's technology, offers a personalized tutoring experience that guides students through problems using the Socratic method rather than simply providing answers. Duolingo uses AI to adapt language learning exercises to individual pace and error patterns. Carnegie Learning and Squirrel AI deploy sophisticated models that track student performance in real time and adjust instructional pathways accordingly. For institutional use, platforms like Microsoft Copilot, integrated into the Office 365 suite, and Google's Workspace AI tools bring AI capabilities to the tools teachers and students already use daily. These systems can help draft lesson plans, summarize research papers, generate quiz questions, and provide feedback on written work. The open source ecosystem deserves special mention. Projects like Meta's Llama, Hugging Face's Model Hub, and Mistral AI have made powerful AI models available to developers without expensive licensing fees, enabling community-built educational tools that are transparent, auditable, and customizable. For educators, the key is not mastering every tool but developing a principled framework for evaluation. Does this tool support learning goals? Does it encourage student thinking or substitute for it? What data does it collect, and how is it protected? Asking these questions about any AI platform helps teachers make informed decisions that serve their students' best interests. Review questions and answers. Question 1. What is a large language model, and which are some of the leading examples? Answer. A large language model, LLM, is an AI trained on massive amounts of text that can generate, analyze, and summarize language. Leading examples include OpenAI's GPT series, Anthropic's Claude, Google's Gemini, and Meta's Llama. Each has different capabilities and design philosophies. Question 2. How do AI tutoring platforms like Canmigo differ from traditional educational software? Answer. AI tutoring platforms like Canmigo use adaptive AI that responds to individual student needs in real time, guiding students through problems with questions rather than providing direct answers, unlike traditional educational software that follows fixed instructional scripts. Question 3. What are the advantages of open-source AI models for education? Answer. Open-source AI models are freely available for inspection, modification, and deployment, which allows educators and developers to build customized educational tools without licensing costs. They also offer greater transparency and community accountability compared to proprietary systems. Question 4. What questions should educators ask when evaluating an AI platform? Answer. Educators should ask whether the tool supports specific learning goals, whether it encourages student thinking or replaces it, what data it collects and how that data is protected, and whether its outputs are accurate and free from harmful bias. Question 5. How has generative AI changed visual art education? Answer. Generative AI tools like DALL-E and Midjourney allow educators and students to create visual content from text descriptions, enabling rapid visualization for artistic exploration, historical simulations, and design projects. However, they also raise questions about authorship, creativity, and the nature of artistic skill.
That's our episode for this week. Thank you for thinking alongside us today. Every conversation on this podcast starts from one belief: that understanding artificial intelligence isn't just for engineers and executives. It's for every teacher standing in front of a classroom, every student staring at a blank page, every parent trying to make sense of a world that changed faster than anyone expected. AI will not replace great teachers. It will not replace human creativity, human empathy, or human judgment. But it will, and already does, change the conditions in which all of those things happen. And the people who shape those conditions are the people who understand what they're working with. That's why we're here. That's why you're here. Before you go, we have one ask. Take something from today's episode into your classroom, your school, your community, or your own quiet reflection. Ask a question you hadn't thought to ask before. Share a tool with a colleague who needs it. Challenge an assumption, including one of ours. The future of AI in education isn't written in code. It's written in the choices that educators, learners, and citizens make every day. You are one of those people. Your choices matter. If today's episode was useful to you, please share it with someone who needs it, a fellow teacher, a student, a friend who's curious and a little nervous about what AI means for the world. Leave us a review wherever you listen. It helps more people find us, and every new listener is one more person thinking critically about these questions. You can find show notes, chapter resources, vocabulary guides, and discussion questions from our companion textbook at our website. Links are in the episode description. Next episode, we'll be exploring one of the most important questions at the intersection of learning and technology today. We hope you'll join us. This has been this week's episode of Teaching and Learning with Artificial Intelligence podcast. Have a wonderful week ahead, and we look forward to reconnecting with you next week. Keep thinking, keep questioning, keep learning.